Hi, in today's video, I'm going to talk about a new book which just came out this month, Milo and Marcos at the End of the World. Stay tuned.
It ain't there.
Milo and Marcos at the End of the World. Seriously, what an excellent novel. This have to be one of, no, scratch that, it's my favourite novel of all time. I was so sad when it ended, when I read the last chapter, because I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted to see what happens after the end of the world happened. I wanted to see the big changes in their lives. I want to see everything. But it ended, and we hope there's a second volume, which I very much doubt, but I hope this one day will be adapted into like a TV series or something. I mean, this is, oh, I have not read a novel so quickly than I had read this. I keep on reading and reading. I just keep on saying to myself, one chapter, one more chapter, one more chapter, but I cannot stop reading it. It's definitely mind bending. So basically, how this story is, we got two um, Christian lads. Well, Milo, he's Christian, and so is Marcos, but he's an atheist. He don't believe in God, and this is a story mostly aimed around homophobics. That's the word. Mainly aimed around homophobics. I mean, I'm a Christian. I know I give a damn, but um, in this story, Christians get pounded upon. They being gay is a sin in Christians' um, way of thinking, and I don't really want to spoil this story because it's so good. But when the truth come out, how them boys dealt with the truth of the outside world when they come crashing in, it's unbelievable. With Milo's situation, kids like that actually does happen in my situation. Most people um, commit body harm and a lot worse if they were Milo's predicament. But Marcos, on the other hand, his dad is vicious, and his side also happens and all. They want to get sent off to be treated for his gay illness. Um, but basically, the synopsis is of this story is we had about a couple of chapters just going on random stuff. But to us, it was random because we don't know the story. But a couple of chapters in, and then you had like a flashback um, mini arc, and it fills in many of the depths of the story, the relationship between these boys, and how they met, and basically them two met at camp, and they had a sort of thing for each other. As I did the maths, I believe they were 14 at the time in camp, and when they were at camp, them two boys were starting to have feelings for each other, and they were only at camp for 3 weeks. But they just knew instantly when they seen each other, they will fall in love. And Milo realized what he is feeling when he went onto the trip. But when he went to confront um, Marcos, Marcos, to see if he felt the same, he just disappeared. No word whatsoever. He disappeared, and nobody knows. And it broke his heart. It really broke his heart. He don't want to be hurt like that again. He was hoping he will never see Marcos again. 3 years later, on the van when they were 17, Marcos came back to their city to stay because his dad being part of the church that Milo is in. Milo's complete religious. He thinks whatever happens, whatever sin he commits, God will be frowning upon him and making his life a living, sorry for the pun, a living hell. And basically, even though that is digging in his skull and it hurting Marcos in the process, because Marcos only wants a boyfriend, but it won't hurt him. And Milo giving him reasons to get hurt. Milo's were having mixed feelings. He don't want to destroy his relationship with his family. He don't want to anger God, and he don't want to lose Marcos, sorry. And I don't want to say anymore because I know what I pretty much said. It's sort of bland, but believe me, this is a fantastic story. I don't want to say anything more because the epicness in like within the last 10 chapters is so, you have to read it to understand the last chapter. I almost had a tear in my eye, but I just didn't want the story to end. I didn't want it finished. I mean, looking at this book now, it's definitely my greatest story I ever read. I've read a bunch of novels, gay novels. This definitely top it, and I cannot believe it. I hope this do get adapted in the future. I would love to see like a young 12-episode miniseries of this to play out bit by bit as the book portrayed it. I have to admit, chapter 42, I didn't. It went sort of all science fiction. I didn't know what was going on. I mean, I kind of knew what was going on from the premise of the book, but then the final chapter, chapter 43, happens, and all that explained. I don't want to give in too much detail on the final chapter because that would definitely kill the vibe of the story if you're reading it. Yeah, and I always said I got a loads of novels and I'm currently reading them. I mean, I only collect gay novels, but I always said I'll probably just read them, and then I probably won't read them again, or at least not for years and years to come, because novels take your time and focus on reading because they're kind of lengthy books and that. But with this, even though I just read it and it took me a couple of days to read the whole book, I want to read it again. This book is so crazy. I love every bit of it, and this just came out this month, and this is his first debut. They might make a second one. I have no idea, but I'm going to keep an eye out for Kevin Snipes, and I'm going to buy every book he makes because this will be incredible, absolutely incredible. Yeah, and that will be it for this video. Stay tuned for my next gay book review, and see you later. Bye.